Now, point of view is applied mostly in novels or short stories in the prose form. When you read a novel, we have a narrator. A narrator is the person telling the story. So the narrator can tell the story from 3 points of views, from 3 points of view. And this, we can define it as the position from which a story is told by the narrator. And who is the narrator? The narrator is the person telling the story. The person telling the story. Now, we have 3 points of view, 3 points of view. The first one is called the first person point of view, or is also called I narration. Now, I narration means when you read a story, the story is told by, for example, an autobiography is told by the person using the word I. When you have this, I was born on the 2nd of February 1982. Okay. So in this story, we have the I narration is being told from the first person using the pronoun I. First person, you're talking about yourself. I was born on the 2nd of February 1982. I'm the one telling this story, not somebody else. So I am the narrator of this story. Now, this first person is used in autobiographies. Remember, it is used in autobiographies. What's an autobiography? It is a story about your own life. Your own life, okay? So we're going to read a story that has the pronoun I or we in plural. We call that first person point of view. Now, this first person point of view is always limited because you are telling your own story. So you are bound to tell us one side of your story, the good side, and leave out the bad side of your story. So this point of view is limited and biased to one side of the story, possibly or probably the good side only. Because you are telling your own story, you are bound to give us the good side of your story only. That's the first person point of view. I said to use the pronoun I. We have the third person point of view. We have number 2, third person point of view. Now, in this case, the one telling the story is another person, telling the story of a different person. So the narrator tells the story of another person. However, the story is limited to 1 or 2 characters only. 1 or 2 characters only. It uses the pronouns he or she. So we say, for example, we talk about John. John was born on 3rd December 1985. He was the third born in a family of 6 members. Now, third person point of view, you focus on 1 or 2 characters and you use the pronouns he or she. It's a bit limited because we are focusing on very few characters, 1 or 2 characters only. It's called third person limited point of view. But we have the third one that you call omniscient point of view, and I'm going to write here. So number 3, omniscient point of view. Omniscient point of view. What does the word omniscient mean? Omniscient means all-knowing. Like we say, God is omniscient. It means God knows everything about us. He knows our past, he knows our future. He knows our worries, he knows our good moments or the happy moments. So omniscient narrator means this is a narrator who knows everything about all the characters in a story. Everything about the characters. Their past, their future, their aspirations, their worries, their dreams. Everything about the character. We call that an omniscient narrator. And this omniscient narrator actually can even go into the mind of a character and tell us what the character is thinking about. So the point is, an omniscient narrator knows everything about a character, all the characters, all the way from their past, even their future aspirations, what they're meant to achieve. This person knows all that. We call that omniscient narrator. Omniscient means all-knowing. So an omniscient narrator knows everything about all the characters in a story. Their past, present, and even future aspirations. Now, I want to differentiate between omniscient and third person. Omniscient, as I said, will give us a wider picture of the characters than the third person. Everything about these characters. So this omniscient is more reliable. In fact, the omniscient narrator actually builds the characters because you can see the characters' lives from their childhood even into way into the future. So the omniscient, this narration gives the reader a wider worldview of the characters than the third person point of view. So students, we have 3 points of view: first person, third person, and omniscient narrator.